you're kind of a draft geek, admittedly. Who are some names to keep an eye on outside of the first round that the Browns are targeting that might fill a need for them?
Right. So we talked about it already. They need safety help after addressing the offensive line in the first round, which many of us, including myself, think they're going to go. They're going to have to get some safeties and linebackers into their facility. We said that the linebacker class is top heavy. Isaiah Simmons, Patrick Queen, Kenneth Murray being the top three names. I'm worried they won't be there at 41. Could I see the Browns doing something like moving up to the top or to the back end of the first round or the top end of the second round to get one of these linebackers? I really could. That would make a lot of sense. If not, the linebacking situation is going to be as we've discussed. Some names that they probably don't have to move around to get are going to be at safety. Ashton Davis is a prospect out of Cal that's pretty impressive. He's not going to come down and really be a big run help guy, but he's your traditional center fielder, covers 3 deep safety, Eric Weddle type, Earl Thomas, about 5'11", 6 feet, who can just fly. He ran track at hurdles at Cal, NCAA Division champion, Pac-12 champion. Another guy, Antoine Winfield, I mentioned him on the show last time. Smaller guy, 5'8", but plays just like his father. Buckeye standout, of course, and longtime Minnesota Viking. He's a guy who is falling down draft boards, and I even talked to some people at the combine who are just like, yeah, he's too small. And then, you talk to your Minnesota connections and coaches who have coached him, and they're like, who cares? This guy can play football. He's going to make a name for himself in the league. Those are 2 guys, third round type of guys that I would keep an eye on for the Browns. And then another safety is Kyle Duggar, a Division II prospect. I don't want to compare him to Isaiah Simmons, but I guess I'm about to do that. He's a hybrid type safety. Of course, not the athlete that Simmons is, but a guy who is going to roll down his coverage. He can blitz off the edge. He can come down and press your tight end if need be. So, and to wrap this point up, one thing that remains to be seen is the type of athlete that Joe Thomas wants at safety. There's a very big difference, as I just described, between Duggar, Winfield, and Davis. We got to figure out, and Joe Woods needs to figure out what kind of defense he specifically wants to run and at free safety, and then draft accordingly. Once those selections are made, we're going to have a much better idea of what Joe Woods' defense is going to look like. So those are the names to watch, and those are names that I think at safety specifically that the Browns are going to have a good chance to get, and at linebacker in the draft, I think they're going to have to be aggressive if they want to get a guy with some real promise outside of those top 3.